come to the museum because it's the unique museum in the world. You will see all that you like, art, books and pieces from the movies, movie stuff, collectibles, and it's if you go 3-4 hours through the museum, it's fascinating because all rooms are in Middle-earth style. So you will go out of the normal life, you go into the Middle-earth, and you will be very fascinating by visiting the museum.
They're pretty much done. We were contacted about 2 months ago to say what will our availability for the rest of the year, but in terms of doing some ADR. What's ADR? There are some rumours of possible that is additional dialogue recording. But at this stage, there's no indication, is there really, that we're going to do any more? We'd love to get back together.
Pete and I have got another month's worth of work on it. I don't know about the rest of you.
There's a whole new storyline.
Yeah.
I have to go back and do a huge number of additional stunts, really hard stunt work, several fight scenes on my own where I have to play both characters at different times, then they join them up, yeah, an awful lot.
You're correcting some of my work as well, aren't you?
Yeah, well, ADR, some people think it's additional dialogue recording, but when I go in there, they ask me to revoice other things, and it's actor dialogue replacement.
Yes, but also all the elves are really thin and attractive and handsome, good-looking men. That's a start that keeps us. Yeah, we do. We feel really sorry for them. They've got nowhere to go.
We have a saying as dwarves. It goes, "Ni ikrid fund," and that means never trust an elf.
We have another saying too: don't speak Dwarvish in public.
Yeah.
Just get on with it.
Sorry. Yeah. Next question. Sorry.
Well, I think they're waiting for number 3. Well, and then we'll do a big haul. I think probably in the region of about 40 or 50. I think that's what will happen. Everything will get awards. You can't go past Martin Freeman, can't go past Sir Ian McKellen, let alone 12 for the dwarves. I think each of us will get a supporting actor. Yeah, it's going to be very difficult.
They're going to have little tiny dwarf.
Yes, and Mark will get one too for being a a mini dwarf, which is fantastic.
There are 13 dwarves.
Well, yes, but you don't count Richard, do you? Not
but also because he's all
like,
joking
he's
aside, the Academy Awards is quite a political thing. Getting an Academy Award, and it is a game that Peter Jackson doesn't necessarily need to play and doesn't play. He doesn't actively lobby to get Academy Awards. He was straight up with us when we were doing this film, not expecting that the films necessarily would win Academy Awards. The first film did 1.2 billion in the box office. The second film has by now surpassed 1 billion in the box office, and I think that speaks for itself.
They're going to have to bring in a new category for shorter people.
Best ensemble.
No. Forget the ensemble. It's as an individual. Yeah. And there's a lot of politicking and lobbying within this group about who's going to get that award. It's getting quite vicious, actually.
John was going to say something.
Yeah, there is a new award for the best yak hair in a film, and I hope to be up for that.
Thank you. Peter Jackson said that he makes films for audiences, not for awards.
So
that sums it up, really.
Yeah, next question.
Fine, next question, please. Thank you, teacher.
Touchy.
No.
Touchy. Very touchy.
Maybe you should move on.
What was the question?
Fellowship.
We have all ended up working. Well, for a start, before we even did the film, we have all worked together as actors over the years in different projects, and so it was great to come together for the film, and we all rediscovered relationships from a long way back. But we get the chance to come to these conventions, and it is fantastic, and we all get a chance to work together in different groupings. And we have done that all around the world, and it is amazing fun. It's a fantastic opportunity.
Yeah, we're not allowed to do other jobs without each other now. It's in our contracts last for about 50 years.
Yeah.
We have to work together now.
Which makes life really difficult because we all hate each other's guts.
We actually ring each other now if we think, like if a job comes up, we ring each other to get the okay. Look, I've been offered this job. Is it okay if I go and do it? And then there's a quorum. If 7 out of 11 say yes, it's fine. But if 5 say yes and the others say no, you can't do the job.
And then we share the money.
Yeah,
it's a cooperative.
Yeah. and the money is fabulous.
For me, there's no doubt it would be the Pelorus River, because not only is it beautiful, but I think that's where we had the most fun. And going back to do ADR for that particular scene was fascinating, because there was quite a bit of giggling going on. We were like a bunch of schoolboys, really. Tremendous. That's the place I remember most.
For me, it's a place called Tiana. The colour of the water is like a beautiful blue aquamarine because it's glacial from the melts, and I'd never been to that part of New Zealand before, and I just couldn't believe how stunningly beautiful it was. There's no need for CGI when you go to a place like that. It's all natural New Zealand.
Being a very good actor in the studio, because everything is created for you in the studio. Fantastic. Best location in the world. No, but it means you're in work.
Oh, I tell you what, though, Mark is dead right, because it looks like it's out. It's so well done, it looks like it's outside.
Yeah, I'd have to say that on the Rock and Pillars, that view from up on the Rock and Pillar, most people don't get to go there in New Zealand. It's a very hard walk up there, and it was the most incredibly archaic looking, almost prehistoric location that we went to. And because I'd been to some of the other ones before on Lord of the Rings, for me that was something new and exciting.
Yeah, that's the same for me. The Rock and Pillar was just a spectacular, amazing sort of wide vista of the countryside from up there, and it was awe-inspiring.
Ruapehu was pretty good too. Dockland, which we were allowed to go on. So that's 2.
Dock is the
I'm allowed to.
Department of Conservation.
Yeah,
So
we were
nothing to do with anything medical.
Yeah, we were very fortunate to get rights not only from Doc but from local iwi, who were the tribe, the Māori tribe that own all of that area, and so we were very lucky to film on it. And the view from it and what they'd done to protect the vegetation, built scaffolding, and so that we wouldn't walk on rare moss and vegetation. Amazing.
Yeah, that would be the question. Who was the most annoying part of our day? I'm not going to mention anybody's name. The fact that Jed was so really, really excitable every morning, even at 4 o'clock in the morning, he was full of energy. The fact that other people were so rude. Martin Freeman has got the dirtiest mouth on any man I've ever met, so he was terrible to work with. He was frightful to work with. I don't know, it was a long job for some of us getting into prosthetics in the morning. 1 or 2 would have a bit of a snooze. I couldn't do that, I'm not quite sure why. But yeah, that took a bit of getting used to, I guess.
Probably the most annoying fact about the entire filming process was the fact that Aidan Turner didn't wear anything on his face. And whoop-de-doo. And used to, flounce in to get his makeup done in 6 minutes, and then at the end of the day throw all his clothes off, and he was gone within 8 minutes of wrap. So that was probably the most annoying thing. Yeah.
Most annoying thing for me was the eating yak at lunchtime, because we all ate a lot of yak here. You spent the entire lunch, because it was very, very hard to eat, doing this. Picking the hair, long hairs like that had gone down the back of your throat, and pulling them out. That was lunch.
I have to admit, I didn't find much of it annoying, really. I know that sounds like a bit of a cop-out, but I loved every minute of it, and I'd do it all again tomorrow. But that's just me.
We've got an event to do tomorrow.
Here we do.
I'm struggling to think of something that was really annoying. I can think of certain people who are really annoying, but
right here.
but I'm not prepared to name them in public. Thank you.
It was a toss-up when Lord of the Rings was being cast between me and Ian McKellen to be Gandalf, because I pretty much wouldn't have needed any makeup, prosthetics or anything at all. For some reason they chose him. I don't know why.
Very odd, isn't it?
I haven't.
Very odd decision.
Yeah, very odd. None of us can understand why I didn't get that job. So,
In fact, we all went through about a month of grieving when John didn't get the role. We didn't even know that he hadn't got the role, but we sort of spiritually we felt his grief.
yeah, they all got in touch with me and said, "We've had a meeting. We're all happy for you to take the job," and then I didn't get it. Can you imagine? I can still feel the dagger in my heart.
To be honest, I probably still want to play Dory, because I get to work with my two brothers, Adam and Jed, and we had such a good time on the picture. So that's an honest answer.
Would have loved to have played the Master of Lake Town, because he is a delightful character. Stephen Fry is 10,000 times better than I am at doing it, but I still would have liked to have done it.
Maybe 20,000. Let's yeah. I think that Peter and Fran and Philippa kind of got it right. As much as I would like to think that I was good enough to play those other parts, I can't see myself topping the performances of the actors that did the parts that they did. So, I mean, it'd be great to play Aragorn back in the day, because as a child I thought I was. But in these films, I thought that their casting was spot on. I don't think there's a hair out of place when it comes to who they cast. So it'd be very hard to not want to play Nori. He's such a delightful character.
Yeah, well, I think I'm the same. I would choose to play Gloin, because he has an enormous amount of pride in his heritage, and that's been a joy to play. Actually, another way to look at it is I wouldn't be too stressed about which dwarf I played, because the dwarves are the coolest characters in the whole of Middle-earth, let's face it. Yeah. As long as I could be in this gang, I'd be happy. Thank you.
Yeah, I wouldn't change anything. I was very privileged and very, very proud to step in and double for Richard, and it was an honour to try and fill those boots and be the king under the mountain. So yeah, it's fantastic. So I wouldn't change a thing.
You did, dude.
Thank you.
J'aime beaucoup la France.
This is my son Sadwin, who played Eldarion in Lord of the Rings, and this is his first convention. Yeah. And it's his first big overseas trip. So, yeah, cool.
I was very pleased to be able to explore using Kozdul and have it written. It's a very exciting thing to have a completely different language and to be able to speak it. Not particularly frequently, but every now and then. And so actually it was an honour to do that. I loved it.
Gimli, what a beautiful boy he is. I'm very, very proud of him. Thank you.